There's no judging here, right? No judging. Guys, it's Misty and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Misty and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And I also own a brick and mortar antique store called Wildflower Antiques. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I've normally done. I've had some requests from people wanting to know my shipping process and how I ship items out. So today I'm going to kind of go through what I do step by step to show you a few things that I ship out. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Now, keep in mind that I work in a very messy area because I don't have a dedicated space. I tend to work out of my dining room and, well, there's just a lot of stuff. So there's no judging here, right? No judging. All right, let's go ahead and I will show you some things that I sold this week and how I get them packaged up. So the first thing I do is I go through my orders that are waiting to be shipped on eBay, and then I will write them down on this little notebook here. This is a notebook that I get from Dollar Tree, and I'll just go ahead and write down what I have sold. Then I can take it out into where I keep my items and pull them, bring them inside, and get them shipped. Okay, so I have all of the things that I had sold over the weekend written down on this little notebook, and we're going to go out into my garage where I keep all of my inventory stored. Okay, so I live in a ranch style house. We have an attached garage, and on one side of the garage is all of my husband's stuff, and on this side of the garage is all of my reselling stuff. So you know, we do what we can. I have a lot of tubs that are stacked here that have a lot of the clothing and some of the hard goods that I can package up. And then I have a shelf over here that has some of the other items that I sell. So I have my list and I'm going to go ahead and pull the things that I have sold. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you that I have sold and I'm going to ship out are these cute little Holt Howard kitty cats salt and pepper shakers. They are breakable, they're glass, so they need to be packaged with care. And let me show you how I package breakables. I use a variety of different kinds of boxes, from the priority mail boxes that you can get for free on the USPS website to just normal cardboard boxes. I do get these on eBay each quarter. I have a store and they will send a coupon that you can use on whatever you really want to, but I will use it on boxes. And I always will recycle in any Amazon boxes that I get, or really any boxes in general that's a nice sturdy shipping box. So let me go ahead and show you the one that I will probably use for these little guys, unfortunately, is going to be a 12 by 6 by 6 because I have recently ran out of the 8 by 6 or the 10 was the size, the 8 by 6 by 4, which is my preferred box for a lot of things, and I've just placed an order for some more. So I've ran out. So I'm going to have to make do with a little bit bigger of a box, but you want it to be a little bit bigger anyway because you're going to wrap these very well. And let me show you how I do that now. Now, I had that on speed a little bit just because, I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be boring to sit and watch me wrap everything individually. But I had the two little salt and pepper shakers, and I wrapped them very well in bubble wrap. Now, the bubble wrap that I buy is from Walmart or Sam's Club, typically Walmart. And this big roll here, I believe, is about $18, and it'll last me about a month or so. That's the most economical that I have found. If you have found something even better, leave it in the comments. I've ordered it on Amazon before, and the quality is just as good as getting it from Walmart or Sam's Club, and it's convenient for me, and if I need it, I can just run out and get it. That's what I use as far as bubble wrap. The eBay tape is another thing that I do get on coupons, but I do have just clear packing tape. I do have a link in my description of all the products that I use for shipping in an Amazon affiliate link. So all of the things that I have tried and tested and I use on a daily basis are linked below in the description. So you can find anything from the scales to, there is some bubble wrap, to some tissue paper, to some tape, and all of that kind of stuff is linked below in the description. So I've got my little salt and pepper shakers wrap. I'm going to use this 10 by 6, or no, this 12 by 6 by 6 box. And as you can see, there's a lot of space in there. So another thing that I use that is also linked in the description below are air bags. And let me go out and I'll get them and I'll show you what I mean. These little babies are a lifesaver. They are these little air packets and they come in this huge bag. I get these from Amazon. They are offered on Prime, so you can get them in 2 days. And I like to use them much better than just using wrapped paper. It takes up a lot of space in the box and provides some padding. So let's go ahead and I will show you how I use these little air pockets in shipping fragile items. They come like a little snaky, like a little air snake. You just tear them apart. They are perforated. And I just put the bottom lining in. Then, now, and this is something that you do not have to do, but I do it because I enjoy to do it. There's a difference there. Is I use tissue paper and I do wrap up the item that I sold in the tissue paper. I have a roll of these little thank you stickers that I put. Let me probably put this camera down a little low so you can actually see what I'm doing. How about that? I put the sticker on the tissue paper like that, fold the sides under, and then a lot of times I will just use this little curling ribbon. You can get this at Goodwill. In fact, the majority of the times I do find it at Goodwill, or even at the bins, or you can get it at Dollar Tree. And I will wrap up the little package like this. It isn't perfect. It doesn't have to be. It just adds a little bit of a touch to your packages. And then I have a variety of different things that I use. I have my business card here. And then I also have things that I have found from the bins. Like these are Disney charades cards. I did recently find a Seinfeld trivia game. So I have some of those cards. And then I also have found at Goodwill or at the bins even 80s trivia game. And so I might just put a couple of these things in with my card. I put them on bottom and then my card on top. And then I also buy these in bulk. They're hair bands. I got this inspiration from Mellissa at Fresh Blooming Clothing. If you haven't watched her shipping channels, her shipping videos, do. I'll link her channel below. She's fabulous and it's just relaxing to listen to. Unlike me, who is a little bit crazy, Mellissa is nice and calm. But I did get this inspiration from her. And so I have all these cards, just little ephemera onto my business card. And I just slide it into my package like that. Then I have my box here with the bubble, the air pockets in there. And then I'll go ahead and pull off a few more of the air pockets. Kind of put it down below on the sides. And then close up the box. Usually I'll put 2 pieces of tape per side. It just makes me feel a little bit more secure. And then I have my scale here. I do not like this scale. In fact, I picked this scale up from the bins. I have on my Christmas list a new scale, one that I can measure or I can weigh heavy things and not have to, do acrobatics to figure out how much it weighs. This weighs 1 pound and 1/4 ounces. So I'll go to eBay, print off the shipping label, enter in all the information. The nice thing about these eBay boxes is that it gives you what the measurements are, so you don't have to measure it. But when I do use an Amazon box or just a random box, I keep a little, what are these called? Measuring tapes next to my desk, and you know, you can measure it. You need to get the length, the width, and the height when you're measuring your boxes, if they are over 1 pound. So I will go ahead and get this label printed off, and we'll start on the next item. One thing that I forgot to mention as I put this address label on there is I do use a Rollo printer. It's just what I prefer. I like it better. Well, I shouldn't say that I like it better because I've not tried a Dymo, but I like the Rollo printer and it saves so much time. So if you don't have a label printer, that's okay. You don't have to. You can use the old-fashioned way. I did it for years. But I do have these little fragile stickers that I get from Amazon, and anything that's breakable. I know that sometimes people say that that's just like the kiss of death on fragile items, but I would rather be safe than sorry. So I do put fragile on my boxes. If you don't have a sticker, that's fine. You could just write fragile on it or do not bend. And, you know, it just gives the postal workers a little bit of inclination that these boxes are a little bit more, they need to be handled a little bit more delicate. Next item that I'm going to ship is this cute little Hallmark vintage Christmas tree ornaments. What I did too is I just cut up a big piece of tissue paper so I can use to wrap this little guy in. Over so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm also using my roll of thank you stickers. You can also use washi tape. I do have washi tape as well. Some Christmas washi tape that I'll use sometimes. And again, this isn't something that you have to do. I enjoy doing this part of it. It kind of, to me, it kind of takes a little bit of the monotony out of shipping. You just add a little bit of happiness, and somebody will get this package and it maybe will bring a smile to their face when they open it. So I like that aspect of it. So this little guy is small enough and he's not that fragile. So I think what I'm going to do, I have these 6x4x4 boxes that are these nice little tiny little boxes that are perfect to use for Christmas ornaments or just small items in general. But I think that this little ornament will fit just fine in one of these little padded envelopes. And you can also get these on Amazon. And I'll go ahead and get my package ready using my card. Put the hair tie. Again, this is not something that you have to do. I do it because I enjoy doing it. And so it's like that. And then I can just slide it into this padded envelope and seal it. It's nice in here, and then I still need to weigh it. It weighs 2 1/4 ounces, so I will round up to say 3 ounces, and let me go ahead and get the label printed for this item. The next item I'm going to show you is this antique mustard tin. It is made from tin. It has a paper label, and I've protected it in a poly bag, and I'm going to go ahead and get it ready. And I'm probably going to use this 6x4x4 eBay box to ship it. I think it'll fit nice in there. I'm still going to use some bubble wrap just to protect it a little bit more from being jostled around in the box. This actually is going to the Mustard Museum in Wisconsin. Yes, there is such a thing as the Mustard Museum. This is actually the second thing I've sold to the Mustard Museum. I consider it quite an honor. All right. And I still have a little bit of leftover tissue paper from the ornament that I sold. The tissue paper does provide a little bit of protection for it as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use some of this Christmas washi tape just to close up the package there. Use some of this ribbon. I find that making the packages appealing, I have gotten repeat customers because of it, and I think that it's a little bit fun when you're out at Goodwill or at thrift stores and you're just kind of looking for things that you can possibly use for package toppers. It's not something that you have to do, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And I just stuck my card and a trivia card in there. And since it's wrapped in the tissue paper, I don't think that it needs any more of the air pockets. So we'll get this sealed up, give it away. It should be under 16 ounces, so it should ship first class, and it does. It weighs 4 pounds, 1/8 ounce, so I will round up to 5 ounces and get the shipping label printed for this box. Next item I'm going to show you are mugs. Now, these two mugs actually sold on Poshmark. These little 3D dimensional camel and turtle mugs sold on Poshmark. So I have the label printed out already, and I'm going to use, since it did sell on Poshmark, I am going to use, hopefully it'll fit in the priority box, because on Poshmark the customers always pay for priority, so it's a good idea to just go ahead and use your priority boxes that you have, so you don't have to use up your eBay boxes. So let's go ahead and get these mugs packaged up, and I'll show you how I do that. I do wrap each mug very well in bubble wrap. And I just put the mug down and just kind of roll it around. And so I have one mug packaged up in bubble wrap, and I will work on the other one. And really, I probably use, this bubble wrap is perforated, so 1, 2, 3, probably about 5 squares of bubble wrap is typically what I will use on a mug. Wrapping it around. I guess I didn't show you what I do when I get to the ends. This part is where the liquid goes into the mug, and I just tuck the bubble wrap in and put a piece of tape over it. And on the bottom of the mug, I just kind of fold it over. Another tape on the bottom like that. So then I have both of these mugs wrapped up in bubble wrap. The next thing that I'm going to do is, and considering this is a Poshmark package, Poshmark customers have to have their packages poshy. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to do each mug in tissue paper, because I don't want the customer to unravel the tissue paper and then the mug tumble out. Just thinking of my own experience and what I would probably do if I was unwrapping something, because I'm pretty clumsy. This mug, and then I'll get started on the other one. So we are going to use a USPS flat rate box on these mugs that sold on Poshmark, because Poshmark has printed so nicely on the bottom of the labels here that it says Poshmark shippers are authorized to use priority mail packaging, including flat rate and regional rate packaging. We can go ahead and use the flat rate box to mail these mugs, and it's going to be the perfect size. So we're going to use some of the air pockets to put on the bottom of the mug, and I'm going to get the other one wrapped up in tissue paper to set in next to its little friend. And then we'll put this guy right next to his little buddy. So we have a thing of the air pockets on underneath, and I'm going to put some on each side and one on the top. So we'll put some on that side. I have 3 air pockets on each side. So they're all cradled in like that, so they're not touching the edge of the boxes at all. And then we'll put a layer on the top. And then we'll use our tape. Now I have the air pockets in here, and they're kind of pushing up a little bit on the box, but that's okay because it's just adding more padding to the box. Can you hear me through all this tape? I'm sorry. Probably hurting your ears. All right, and I am going to go ahead and put one more strip of tape on that side. This makes me feel better. I'll add the shipping label. And then I will go ahead and add my fragile stickers. Nice. hope that gave you a little bit of an insight on how I package up my packages. Again, you may do yours differently and you may see things that I have done and you think that that's crazy and makes no sense, but it makes sense to me and it works for me. And that's just about all there is to it. I didn't sell any clothing pieces, so those I typically will just put in a poly mailer, and that's about it. So I hope that this helped in some way. This was a video that people had asked me to do, and hopefully I did it justice. So anyway, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and hit the bell notification, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. And until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.